Today I'm here to unbox the iPhone SE and compare it to the 5S. Compare the box, compare the phones, and it's quite late. I know the iPhone SE came out right about last year at the end of March. It's the middle of March right now, but I really like the concept of the SE. The 5S body was my favorite, and the space gray 5S was my favorite iPhone hands down. And I've used almost every iPhone. And I just think there's something beautiful about the design. It's simplistic and it just looks really good. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start off this unboxing. Gonna get this SE unboxed and compared to this 5S I have. It's in really good condition. I only bought it about a year ago. So let's get right to it. I'm going to unbox this iPhone. All right. Oh, this is so much more satisfying than the iPhone 7 Plus. For those of you who don't know, the 7 Plus comes with a pull tab, the 7 and 7 Plus, and it doesn't feel as nice as this, just the plastic ripping off. So there we go. Here's the box in the naked. And just comparing it with the iPhone 5S box, you can see there's not much to differ. It's just this has got that live wallpaper bunch on it, and the 5 has the normal wallpaper. The font I think is really similar, but the iPhone SE is in gray, whereas this is in black. So there's really not much more to differentiate between these two. They're both very similar, exactly the same in size. And someone who wasn't an expert would probably take this as an SE box. So let's get right into it. Let's just put this to the side. And here we go. Oh, yes. Look at that beauty. So let's just take this out. Look at that SE. Oh. Doesn't matter how many times I look at it, the space gray is just so beautiful. One of the best ones in my opinion. Alright, so inside, let's see what we get. It's weird, the Indian variant sometimes, I've noticed that sometimes they come with a SIM eject tool and sometimes they don't. Let's see what this one's at. Alright, we get a SIM eject tool in this, and let's see. Alright. Pretty much our standard documentation. Apple stickers. God, should really do something with these. I have so many of them lying around now. Alright, we're just gonna put this to the side. And let's look into the box. So, our earpods with the 3.5mm headphone jack. So, rejoice for those headphone lovers. No adapter needed. And we got our lightning cable. Come on out. Love these. You can never have enough lightning cables, trust me. And the Indian style charger. It's pretty cool. The older one was really weird. It was just a long, flat one, and it wasn't really good. It felt very cheap, but this one, I think Apple's done a good job redesigning the charger. So, alright, let's get into the phone. Let's go ahead and boot this up. There we go. You can see it's the black boot up logo, color matched to the space gray phone. And I'm just going to leave the stickers on for now. Just going to wait for it to boot up, and I'll cut right to where it's booted up. Alright, so we're up and running. So it seems like, if I didn't see the SE badge on the back, there's no way even me, having used all the iPhones, I would ever be able to tell if this was any different from an SE. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go set this up and be right back. Alright, Apple for some reason always wants you to put in a SIM card to set up these devices. And I never understood why they need a SIM card when it's connected to a Wi-Fi network, but I guess, that's the way it is. So hang on, let me just grab a SIM card and we'll get right back. So we're into the phone. I really don't know what to say. It's so similar. And I'm just gonna allow this. Go ahead. It's fine. And let's just. So I do notice a difference while holding it in my hands. As you can see, this is the 5S in my left hand, and you can see that the edges here, they're chamfered, they shine, but whereas on the SE, they're matte. So you don't get that shine effect. It's just really the same all throughout. And personally, I like the 5S more. This really makes the phone look unique. And I think that, if I were given the choice, I would stick with this over this. But again, I don't know what the long-term durability of it is, because if you look at it, this bit is really, it's starting to scratch up, and you can see a lot of scratches, but whereas over here, you really don't see any scratches, and it's much more durable. So I feel like, maybe it's done for a durability standpoint, but again, I won't really know this until I, start using the phone a lot more. And just, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison now. And I feel like the 5S is slightly, just a shade more darker than the SE. I'm not sure how this color is going to show up on your screens, but I do feel like, it's just a hair bit darker, and it might be due to my lighting, but I really don't think that's the case. So on the back, just ignore my skin over here, and it's pretty much the same. The camera is definitely improved. You can clearly tell it's a different sensor. It's much bigger, and I'm just going to put it right underneath it so you have a frame of reference right there. This is the camera right out of the 6S, and I'm pretty sure it's going to bring up some really nice photos. So let's look over here. Everything is very, very similar. And let's go ahead and... oh, okay. So the SE has the 6S's, raised to, wake, which I really like. It's something that I've gotten so used to on the 6S Plus, on the 7 Plus, that I feel really awkward when, I lift this and there's no reaction. Because I still do use this phone. I really do like my phone and the 5S. It's one of my favorite phones, as I told you. And I'm really, really excited to start using this more. I'm kind of sad I'm not going to be using this anymore, but I'm really, really excited to start using this. So let's go on. And for now, I'm going to start, Alright, so let's get into the box comparison. I've never seen anybody do this, and I'm guessing it's because it's completely pointless. But, I always wonder, what is there any real difference between the two? You're paying... I mean, this phone is priced lower than this phone ever was. And I feel like, we gotta check out if there's really any difference. So... do note that this phone is not the one that came out in like 2014, I believe, 14 or 15. I bought this last year, and I believe I'll find the manufacturer date on this is Jan 2016. So it was made just a year ago. It's about a year and 3 months old, and this phone, the SE, was made in February of 2017. Which is just last month. So this is also a really, really brand new phone. So both of these phones are quite new. And let's just see, what do we get? So as you can see, it is so similar. You could not tell the two apart. You have the same power brick in both of these. So same power brick. Yes, I don't use my 5S power brick because I already have a ton lying around. So it's brand new. And same AirPods, I love this case. I felt sad that the Apple, ditched this for the cardboard thing on the SE. I'm sorry, the 7 Plus. And, I feel like they're cutting corners everywhere, but they still charge you more. So I really think Apple should work on their game a little bit more, when it comes to cost cutting. And Look at that, you know, exactly the same. The positioning of the cable is right underneath the ear pods, and I think it's pretty snug in there. It's a good idea. And yeah, so really between these two boxes there is no difference, but you know, this has basically been the box setup ever since the 3GS. The 3G. I haven't ever unboxed a first generation iPhone, so I couldn't tell you the difference. But you know, the boxes from the 3G till the 6S Plus, they've all been basically the same. You open the soft box, you know, like it's not soft, it's the soft open box, and the first thing you're greeted by is the phone. Then there's this pull tab and this plastic kind of plate that holds your phone in place. You lift this, and underneath you get your charger and everything. The iPhone 7, that is a bit different, you know. You open the box, and you're greeted by the paperwork instead of the phone, and that was something different. Alright, so even on the outside, it's pretty much the same. Both of these phones have these almost very similar color balances. This is slightly warmer. This is the SE is slightly warmer, but barely noticeable. You have to put them side by side to see the difference. So fundamentally, design-wise, there's very little to differentiate these phones, but on the inside, that's where the similarities stop. This phone the SE is a completely different phone. It is basically the 6S in the 5S body. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein phone, but I think that the concept is excellent. I'm going to test the volume on this phone. So let me just load up a copyright-free song so I don't get sued. Well, obviously I don't get sued, but my video would get taken down. So let's check out the sound on these. Left one is SE, right one is 5S. These two. So overall, I feel like both of the phones had equal sound. Maybe the SE had a little bit more, but really I can't tell. I think both of the phones in the sound department perform equally well. Alright, so up next, let's check out the Wi-Fi speeds. I'm going to run this test independently to get accurate results. So let's go on the SE first. So you can see pretty consistent scores. The phone reached the top of the speed, and it just stayed there for the rest of the test. So let's check out the 5S. So as you can see, clearly iPhone SE has a little bit of an edge over here on the speed part. It's not way too fast, but you know, this kind of difference, it adds up, especially when you're downloading large apps or uploading. So I think that overall, the SE takes this round. The SE is definitely a huge step up from the iPhone 5S, and I don't think anybody could go wrong buying this phone. And as the prices keep coming down, I think that anybody who's interested in an SE, even though it is quite old, and it's based off a phone that's almost running on 1.5 year old, I think that the SE is a perfect device, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody that asked me. This phone is targeted towards a very niche market. It's towards those, you know, who like the smaller form factor, who can, you know, forego some of the features that the bigger brother, the 6S, had to offer. And I think overall, you know, the way Apple has designed and introduced this product, I think, you know, this is the kind of stuff I want to see from Apple. You know, not the stupid headphone jack removals and forcing you to do weird stuff. I think Apple really needs to step up their game in the mid-range segment. They've always had the, just hand-me-down kind of strategy where the last year's flagship becomes next year's mid-range device. But I feel like this 4-inch market, it's a very untapped market, and there are people who want smaller phones. And I mean, if I could get the same features as the 7 Plus in this form factor, I would definitely buy this. If Apple can find a way to make this work out and you start making their phones smaller instead of bigger, I think, it's awesome. So it's always not bigger is better. I think this is what the iPhone SE proves, that bigger is not better. Sometimes smaller is better. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please let me know if I can do something better. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. I can't stop you. Do whatever the hell you like. But I definitely want feedback from you guys. If you guys like it, don't like it, if you think I should change up my style, the lighting, my voice, anything, just give me your open feedback and I'd love to improve upon it. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.